Hey guys, it's Isaac again. This is chapter 5. So this chapter was all about endocrine disruptors. What this is all the things that make it in our body that make it very difficult for us boys to be able to focus and be able to function the way that system wants us to function. So this can include hormones that come from our body that talk about sex, puberty, muscle growth, all that kinds of stuff, or hormones that we can ingest into our bodies like HGA, steroids, all that kinds of stuff. And so this really just talked about how us as boys, just like in chapter 2, needed to be masculine. We need to have the ability to have lots of muscles. I mean, there's all these ideal body types with men and women. It talked about women as well, that you got to be muscular, you got to have a six pack, you got to have chiseled features, you got to do this, that, and the other. And so a lot of boys will just end up having either muscle dystrophy or will do steroids to get the physique that they want to have. And then on the other end of the spectrum, parts of the brain is that Sachs talks about how the females are, with the invention of plastics and makeup, are trying to look older. And so the men are trying to keep up with them. The girls are trying to be 18, 19, 20, trying to look that old when they're 14, 15. And then the boys are still developing. They're still really immature. Their body and their mind just aren't quite there yet, as females go through puberty and mature faster than males. So there's this constant need to try to be something that they, one, can't be, two, aren't there yet, and three, society puts this pressure on them. So this is a problem because the boys feels they need to be a certain person to make sure that they are unique in who they need to be. And so trying to put this into middle level education is the same thing in health and PE. We always try to talk about positive self-image, eating correctly, exercising correctly, when to lift heavy, when not to lift heavy, all these different things that can affect a person's body down the line. And so it would just be important to talk about these things, both with men and women, and try to get them to know that it's okay if you don't look 20 years old. It's okay if you're not the most chiseled guy on the block. You have something that's unique, and that's your brain. That's how you interact with society around you. And so when we can start to do this, people start to embrace their uniqueness, and that's really what we want for these middle school people, because it's a time of adjustment. They're trying to find who they are, who they want to be, and so we don't need to be adding any more stress on how they should look and how old they should be.